Zandvoort for MRCX. Everybody's had plenty of practice this week because we've gone through all 4 tiers, so we'll see how the Elite and Challenger tier drivers go in tonight for MRCX. Joining me tonight we have Baby Hornet. How are we?
Very well. How are you doing?
Loving life as always. We also have T-Side Teds.
Good evening.
Good evening. You were looking forward to another race at Zandvoort? Because I don't think anybody else is.
It was going well last time, and then it went badly for me. So, again, I'm looking for redemption. I've got my closest title rival, Saviour's not racing tonight. I'm sure he's watching. He said he would be. But, the rappel's been quick recently and really closed the gap, so it's worrying times. However, I have a weather update. We have glorious, glorious sunshine for qualifying, and there will be sunshine in the race, but only after, according to the radar, after 30 minutes. We are going to start by looking at this on heavy, wet tyres, transition potentially to inters, and then at the end it may dry up as well.
I cannot wait to see another wet race. I mean, the wet races have been the most entertaining ones this week, and the dry ones have been the most chaotic, so we'll see how it goes. But on track,
we're going to be fun.
We've got Kellogg, who's going to be setting our first time in his shiny golden yellow livery. Looks like we've got some new paint jobs on the track this week.
Yeah, I think there's a few tonight. I'm going to have a quick look before I go out.
Oh, he's off on the grass, and he's hit the wall. Ooh, he's lost an end plate.
Big collision.
Definitely think he'll be bailing on that lap. See who's next on the road. We've also got somebody that stopped on track. I think that's Scottish Ninja. Who's the next one to be coming across the start-finish line? I think it will be Shadow Cobra.
A very sort of 2009 McLaren livery.
Yeah, it's a bit actually. Is that one of the standard ones?
I was just thinking that myself.
But I think he's changed the colour slightly on that one. So yeah, I can see where the McLaren came from on that one. Yeah, I can see that.
Don't upset Mark. He likes his McLaren and Mercedes liveries.
Oh,
looks like somebody spun in turn 3.
That'll be Jenski. I like his livery though.
We will scroll through the liveries after we get our first banker lap come in. Ooh, it was almost a collision there on track. I think it was between Shadow Cobra and OAT, which are running very similar cars.
Yeah, I think they are running the same livery actually.
If they've forgotten to put a livery on it, it's just given like the default one.
I think this is going to be a scary one for everybody because of that potential heavy rain at the start of the race. Do you compromise, but then it's going to dry at the end of the race?
I'd 100% go for the compromise.
People are going to really...
Tell you what though, 11.5 though for the first lap of the qualifying. That's a great lap.
Well, that's scary.
But it makes you wonder, has he put a wet setup on, or is he going to wing it with a dry setup?
A-Rappel, 10.7. Let's have a look. He's got a nice white, red and blue car on the go. Looks a bit like a Haas.
Now, I'm sure we did this last week. Isn't he Dutch or French for those colours?
I mean, quite possibly. We'll go with French.
Yeah.
Johnny Smooth, we'll have a look at his. He's got like a nice red, white and black camo car on the go. Where's that on the grass? We've looked at Kellogg's time. We've seen OATs. We'll ride on board with Carl, who's won the last race in Tier 3. He's got a nice red, white sound. Apparently we've got no sound in the stream. I'm not sure if it's us or just the actual race. Oh, we've got no game sound apparently.
Just pause it and come back in and it'll be fine.
Ooh, big spin.
So we've got, I've got sound now, so if someone could let us know if we've got game sound back, that would be great. Carl's running a very Alpha-esque livery tonight, so, big support from me.
Ooh, OAT's having a big issue here on the pit straight.
Who's else livery? We've got Reese with a nice yellow and black livery. Biff just coming out of the pits. He's got a white, silver and red livery on the go.
That sounds nice.
It's quite nice to be fair. It's not a livery design I see used very often. Who else we got coming out? We got Jinsky. Black and pink, that's actually quite nice to be fair.
Yeah.
Who else we got on track? Stuvine. That's a very bright car, yellow and blue. Fanning's in the pits, we'll catch him when he comes out. Scott is running like a classic Renault livery, I think.
I think he did post that. Yeah, I think he is going for the... Oh, I couldn't even tell you the year, but it's like the white...
The white, yellow and orange.
White. Yeah, that is quite nice, that one.
SFR Energy Jan. He's gone for his metallic livery he ran last week, which I still think is a really nice livery.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got R777. He's running a stealth fighter. John Boy's in the pits, and so is Ryan, so we'll try and catch theirs a bit later on as well. Who's on a lap that we can see? Simba. That is a very patch coat car, that.
What did we call Simba's earlier? I think I've named it it reminded me of the fruit pastel ice lollies he used to get.
Just reminds me of Joseph in his Technicolor coat here.
I was just thinking that.
Pumped into third place. See if we can find someone who hasn't set a lap yet.
Not quite as close as I was expecting qualifying here.
Well, I think it varies on track to track. This is a track where many people don't really like, so I was expecting a bit of a spread. Especially with people probably tweaking setups to go with maybe like a wetter setup.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
John Boy's retired. Our first retirement of the session looks like that was in turn 3.
Oh yeah.
Or not. I picked that up completely wrong. No, it was in that double right-hander by the looks of it. It's coming into sector 2. Biff's bailed on his lap. Jensky goes up to 12th. Who else is down there? We've got on board with Mark.
Have you got your sunglasses on?
That
It's
is.
a very bright livery.
It's very 80s. Mark's been taking some LSD and then designing cars again.
How did you know my weekends?
Standard Teesside weekend.
Oh, fair enough.
Just go out to
Won't put
Empire.
TripAdvisor. Food's great. Weekends a bit funny.
Oh, straight up to third.
I tell you what though, Shadow Cobra Tower, I only just noticed on mediums, and that is insane for an 11.5 on mediums.
Just saw that. That is crazy lap. That's unbelievable from Shadow.
Reese is also up there on 5th on his mediums, but he's got 3 laps on them now.
What did I say? Oh, well, who knows what the strategy is going to be with people, and I think this is one where anything can happen
R777's
with any
retired.
strategy.
I think he's retired going into the last corner.
To be fair, I did try and open it. Who's that that's gone? Oh, that was Kellogg. He had a moment out of 7, I think.
Oh,
I can't remember all my caller names, to be fair. I had fun. I'm sorry, I'm going to set you guys a challenge. That's it. You've got to name the car names. You've got to call them.
You're asking a big, asking me there. Right, you know what? We'll go for a lap on board with Ryan. Apparently he complains he never gets enough stream time with his liveries. So we'll give him some stream time, and he is running a late 2010 Renault livery there. It looks like the one just they ran before they came Alpine.
Yeah, he saw that earlier, and that looks really, really nice, must admit. I think you got it down to a T.
I can't wait to see what sort of designs and stuff we get with 22. We've got like 2 weeks to go now until we get to have a play around with F1 Live and supercars and stuff.
Ooh,
He runs a bit wide there. And a bit wide through that one as well. I think he may have bailed on this lap. He's not opened the DRS, so I think so.
I think he has, yeah.
Frodo may just be saving his ERS again, ready to go for another lap. Yep, he's gone for another lap. Who else is an out lap? We'll go for Fanning. Looks like a Caterham, the one that Fanning's running today.
Yes.
A lot of old race cars out today.
Yeah. It's got almost kind of... The gold's a bit wrong, but it's got almost Caterham vibes from about 2010.
I had high hopes for Lotus and Caterham, but...
No. Big disappointments.
Yeah. Stunning liveries, awful race cars.
Oh, yeah. Terrible cars.
We have a supporter tonight in the background, but would that be Loki?
I don't know what would give you that impression. He's obviously heard something that's got his ears all pricked up.
He doesn't like that we were talking down Lotus and Caterham.
Yeah. I know. He was obviously a big Lotus fan. Here comes Fanning up to the line. And 11.7 puts him up into 6th place.
Good time.
And Ryan's second lap puts him up into 7th, so I'm sure they're probably in a party together as well.
It sounds like it's very, very close. Obviously, I don't say I'm on track at the moment myself.
So we've still got Irapel with a 10.7, and then down to 8th place, everyone's in the 111s. Who's coming out for another lap? We'll go with Joseph and his technical coat again. I tell you what, the gap to Irapel is unreal. He's obviously stuck with the dry setup because there's no way you're going to compromise for a wet setup and run that sort of time.
Absolutely not. Biff completes a lap, but can't get himself out of 19th, unfortunately. Oh, and Reese with a 1:10.6.
To be fair, we did say he might not get beaten, but Reese has proven us wrong.
He has. Lurapel's just gone back into the pit, so he might be trying to get out in time for another run there.
See if Simba can improve on his Sector 1 time. He's up by 2/10. This sort of time could catapult him into 3rd.
Mark improves by 2/10, keeping himself in 3rd.
Yeah, that was annoying, that one. I was 2/10 up and made a big hash out of the large banking corner. I think it was turn 7, made a big hash when I was 2/10 up going into that. Lost it all and had to kind of battle it back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a bit upsetting really, but...
I think you're going to get some company in a second because with Simba's lap time. He comes through the last corner. DRS opens. What are we going to get from him? An 11.4 puts it so close to that.
2 100ths between it.
Yikes.
Who have we got? This might be on a lap time. Stuvine. Who just, with his yellow and blue car, it also looks like another Renault.
Yeah, it's kind of the colours of the 2006 Renault that Alonso won the championship in.
A lot of Renault fans out here today.
Yeah.
Just improves the lap time and not position. It's still in 9th. Go on board with Carl in his Alfa Romeo. See what time he can improve to. Oh, you know what, I'm surprised anybody's...
Dan's obviously decided he's not going to improve there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's crashed on track, so must have just retired from the session.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of yellow flags for people letting people past.
Yeah.
And here comes Carl in his Alfa Romeo coming through the last corners, and we'll see his lap time. Definitely reckon he's made the compromises to get some more aerodynamics for the wet setup.
I think at this track it's probably the best decision you can make.
Absolutely. You need all the downforce you can get for the wet.
Yeah.
Ryan's been disqualified for going the wrong way. That's a new one.
Could have been a pit lane issue there. Bit of a spin from Fanning there.
It's maybe missed Carl's sector tile. Not quite sure if he's up or down, but we'll stick with him. Oh, it's fully disqualified him. It's even taken away his lap time, so Ryan will now be starting from last place.
No, I didn't even know I did that.
He loves a good last to first challenge though.
Biss retired. Johnny Smooth's retired.
Ah,
Kellogg's retired.
And Pat Ryan said he got DSQ letting people past.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure he will not be happy about that. We all know he's got a bit of a short fuse. As Carl improves to 8th. No?
very.
Nope, nobody biting for the short things again?
Just wait for. We know it's there. It's expected now. You've come to us with this
Scott's
level
retired.
of expectation now.
Reese is retired.
I think everyone's going to have retired by the end of the session.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Well, that is the end of the session anyway. Irrepel is on a lap.
Reese has actually lost it. Reese has lost it. I'm not sure where exactly. Maybe outside of turn 1, I think. He's in the gravel.
Ooh.
Irrepel is on a lap. He's a couple of thousandths up coming out into the last sector.
He's got some nice slipstream there.
Stays in second though. Shadow Cobra, he's a couple of hundredths up. Can he challenge Mark or the two Marks for 3rd or 4th? I think he's bailed again because it doesn't like he opened his DRS there.
He has bailed again.
Yeah, fuel light's flashing for him. Yeah, I think he has bailed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm going to say so. I'm going to guess that this will be our grid for the race now. So we got Reese taking the pole position. Irrepel in 2nd. Mark trying to keep his championship hopes alive in 3rd. Simba in 4th. Shadow Cobra 5th. Energy Dan 6th. Fernand in 7th. Carl is in 8th. Steve in 9th. And Scott rounds out the top 10. Baby Gav is in 11th. Scottish Ninja 12th. R777 13th. Jenski is in 14th. OAT 89
Oatcakes.
is I think it's Ollie T is 15th. 16th is Kellogg. Johnny Smooth 17th. Biff is 18th. John Boy is 19th, and unfortunately Ryan with that DSQ is in last place. Always gets me that one. I only remember his OAT now is because I invited him as a reserve the other week.
Ah. Yeah, it's apart from Reese, and Lirapel, who were just on another level with those laps. I mean, congrats to them. That was wow. And well, for myself, it's a little bit close. To be fair, it's closer than I would have liked. But you know,
did you go for the wet setup, Mark?
Well, I kind of half did. But we will see on who's got the best one, I suppose, and who can. It depends if it makes you start on the full wets, because then it'll go to winters by the looks of it. Or do you hold out then for the dries? This is not one where we've had a full wet to dry. This looks like a transition race. This one.
Yeah.
Those crossover points are going to be absolutely vital in this race to see who can get like the wets to the inters right or the wets to the dries right. It's going to be such a tough call.
Yeah, it is.
And we've had a few tough calls this week that have gone very, very wrong. So.
Yeah, we've seen a few people attempt. Oh my God! Look at the rain here. This is going to be a fantastic race start. This.
Good luck, Mark.
I'm so disappointed that the Banshee's not here because we're definitely getting some Banshee screeches right now.
Oh yeah.
But he's off, sunning himself up on a cruise.
You say setting himself up. He was telling us earlier that he's in a coat and scarf, so...
Yeah, that's like basically sunshine compared to Scotland.
Very true.
Apparently it's going to be inters. We're getting through the comments, so...
It is.
Quite surprised it's inters from like level of rain that we can see on the screen, but... We'll see all the...
There are a lot of puddles out there.
It definitely looks like full wets to me, but we'll see how you guys get on.
I was going to say we may get 2 laps in and see a lot of people switching on to full wets.
I'll turn off all the HUD so everyone can get a nice clear view of the screen while we do this formation lap, and I'll bring all the data back up as we form up. As Kellogg's been disqualified from the session. Must have been a bit of a touch somewhere near the back.
Along with John Boy.
Tell you what, Reese isn't hanging around for this formation lap.
No, he's really not.
There's a massive gap between first and second.
Yeah, I had to push to catch up, and then I think it's got everybody napping a little bit.
It really... Oh my God, Hirapel's already spun.
So does Liverpool.
Nasty.
I don't think, though, you get damage on the formation lap.
No, I think you do get tyre wear, but I don't think you get damage.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Is that maybe a sign that we should be on full wets?
I think so. There's a lot of standing water, which is usually the indicator for full wets, but if the game says it's inters, you know, nobody wants to argue with Jeff.
You, Mark?
Not a lot of grip. It feels like... I don't know, I wouldn't even say aquaplaning at this stage. I would just say there's just a general lack of grip. Period, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Jenski was disqualified. Lots of cars with cold inters going to be sat at the grid here.
That's going to be a nasty start.
Here we go. We've got people lining up. Lirapel's caught up to the grids. We see the last 2 or 3 cars pulling in. Will the game make me stare at the back of the grids for the start of this race? I really hope not. So it's suggested maybe a 2-stop race, maybe a 1-stop between lap 18. Got 5 lights. And away we go. Ooh, lots of twitchy cars. Some cars hitting the pit wall down the back. Mark making a move up the inside. Reese has fought back, but Lirapel's just pulling away there to up to a second already.
Yeah, you got a good start, Reese. Good fight back as well.
We've got R777 making a move in the background against Simba. Simba's lost a lot of places off the start. May have damage. Scottish Ninja's out.
Scottish Ninja's already out.
Let's go down to Simba, see if he's got any damage. He is struggling a bit. I think he's lost an end plate.
Yeah, virtual safety car.
Hopefully, if he can make it back before the VSC ends, he might be able to. Danny's retired.
Danny straight into the back of Simba.
Will that be a full safety car? You'd like to think so at this point.
Yeah, it could be. We've seen it change beforehand.
It's thinking about it.
I think the game is disagreeing.
It is at the moment. We've still got a virtual. There's no sign yet of a full safety car.
I am very surprised. Ryan already with a 5-second penalty made up 6 places off the start.
Oh man.
Unfortunately, Simmer didn't get the bonus of the VSC and it's restarted again.
Ooh. Oh, and damage for Mark.
John Boyd, 10-second time penalty.
Really didn't actually restart at all, and I just went in the back of him. And that's, yeah, because I had lots of green on the Delta.
There's another car off at the back. I think that might be John Boyd's car that's parked up in the gravel. That's 4 cars we've already lost in 1 lap now. John Boy, Johnny Smooth, Danny and Scottish Ninja. But still no safety car, which I'm very surprised about.
It's interesting that John Boy and Johnny Smooth seem to have gone out in exactly the same place.
Maybe been a bit of contact. This might be a busy night in the steward's room, I think. Tell you who's made a great start. It was fanning up into 3rd place.
Yeah, he has.
Looks like he's struggling to keep toe with the top 2, but he's keeping a good 2nd gap between him and Shadow Cobra.
And Ryan making moves up the field more and more. Looking to take 9th place from Scott here.
We'll go down and watch Ryan make his moves. Looks like it's Renault versus Renault. Ooh. So close to contact there.
And a big spin from R77.
Will he make a move into the first corner because he'll get the toe? He's thinking about it. He's gone up the inside. Yeah, Scott's lifted that one pretty early. Where's the next closest fight we've got on here? We've got Mark making moves past 777.
Yeah, I think he was in the pits, to be honest. So,
yeah, he lost his front wing, unfortunately.
So I think the next closest fight we've got is SFR Energy Zone versus Shadow Cobra. Yeah, again, these people fighting will just help those top 3 just pull away.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, little twitchy there from Energy Dan.
So these guys fighting as well is also going to help Carl catch up. Seems to be pretty spaced out now. These are like the only fights we've got that are under a second.
Yeah. And Shadow Cobra's pulled away a bit again.
Got a couple of yellow flags, but nothing. Nobody seems to have crashed or anything. Yeah, it's a very spread out field.
Yeah, no big battles going on or anything.
Apparently Scottish Ninja got wing damage off the start, so we reckon we'll see whatever happened to him in the steward's room.
Absolutely. Mark's starting to gain some time on Kellogg's here.
Ooh, he's got it to less than a second, so we'll go down and have a look at the LSD car.
To be fair, looking from here, Kellogg's is pretty bright as well, so
yeah, but you got all
your be able to see us in this rain.
You got all your colourful wavy lines, like we're in the 60s.
Oh, groovy, baby, yeah.
Right, Mox's new name is now Austin Powers. Oh wait. Ollie T is out of the race. Safety car.
Ooh, and Mark just pulls off the move on Kellogg's in time.
Maybe not. It's you fighting over.
I'm not actually sure. We're side by side, so I don't actually know who was ahead.
I mean, as long as you've got past and it doesn't say to give the place back, I'm pretty sure you're good.
Yeah, it hasn't yet, so...
You're fine then.
Will Ryan Pitt get rid of his 5 seconds? Nope. He's driven straight past the pit lane. He's gone for a track position over getting rid of his penalty.
Maybe he's planning on getting rid of that at the point where he has to change over tyres.
See, I know that's one strategy, but I was thinking with the amount of time you save under the safety car,
Yeah.
I think with that plus his penalty probably would have only just taken him to a normal pit stop anyway, so maybe people just, I don't know obviously when the rain's going to stop, so obviously they'll have more information than me to make their strategy calls.
I heard from In Jeff We Trust that it's about 10 minutes more, and it is starting to see a little bit of blue sky at the moment. So.
At least from where we are, we can see the dry line forming to help you guys out.
Yeah.
I tell you what, this is going to help Fanning close this gap right up. He was 11 seconds behind before the safety car.
That just shows the pace of the top guys at the moment.
Shows the pace of the Caterham. It's almost like a real life.
Yeah.
Well, Irapello race.
Have a few laps under this at the moment. It's quite difficult. The delta's jumping up and down all over the shop at the moment, so I kind of feel a little bit for Kellogg's behind, because I was running 7/10 up and then suddenly that disappears within no time whatsoever. So, and when we've not long past the safety car, it hasn't actually picked up the leaders are looking at it just yet.
Nope, but they are catching up to it in about a corner or so. Yeah, the delta on here, I've had this quite a lot. So you'll pull up to a corner with like a second's delta, and you'll come out the corner and you're in the red. And I genuinely don't understand it, because it caught me out a couple of races ago under a VSC where I was in green going into a corner, and then the race restarted as I came out and I got a drive through.
Wow.
Maybe they'll have actually fixed that for F1 22.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope that we don't see the amount of patch updates that we had at the beginning of this game, because there would seem to be one nearly every week for a good 2 months, probably, you would say.
Was that safety cars?
Well, there was that as well.
Bert Mylander has earned his money this week.
He certainly has. Yeah, the fuel, I mean, you've got to be careful. The fuel bill at the minute, those energy prices aren't going down.
It's probably cheaper to run the Aston Martin than it is to run an F1 car, so...
Budget caps and all that.
There's so many conspiracies around the whole fuel price thing, it's just not worth getting into.
No, we don't do politics in MRC or MRCX.
We don't do politics, but we can do conspiracy theories. Gav is like, he might as well be a conspiracy theory nut.
I think he is. I actually think he is, secretly.
I could just like imagine him running around Scotland with one of those tinfoil hats on.
To be fair, at this point it's a sailor's hat that he's got now.
Yeah.
On his cruise.
Are you saying he's going to go around doing Hello Sailor?
So, looking at this, I don't know how many people are left to catch up to safety car, but Self and Kellogg's have now finally caught up.
You've got Jensky and Biff. There again, I think Jensky's caught somewhere in the pack because he's a minute down.
It's unfortunate. It sounds like he may have been lapped, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, Biff's is the driver just coming down the pit straight now into the first corner, so maybe at the end of this lap safety car in, I reckon. Should give them enough time for this back three to catch up.
Jensky's actually sat very tidily
in third
between
place.
Reese and Fanning.
I really wish they could put like a mechanism in the game to let lapped cars overtake.
Yeah.
Yeah, have everybody ghosted, because there will inevitably, in many leagues and many tiers, have those who end up doing that and driving into another car as they are, well, weaving. They're trying to keep beating the tyres. So, yeah, but it would be good. I think it's kind of something. Oh, there you go. You called it. Safety car in this lap.
Where do we think that Lirapel will go? I reckon it might be a late one, almost to the safety, the start-finish line. Here we go, he's bunching the pack up. Getting his last second weaving in.
Reese trying to stick to him.
Fanning will obviously have to see through Jensky's car.
Yeah, that's going to hurt Fanning off the start, I think, is having Jensky in front of him.
Absolutely will be, yeah. I think he's going as late as he can. There we go, he's going. Reese has definitely stuck with him there though, 0.2 of a second gap. And we have a few people losing places. Not quite sure if there's been any incidents down at the back. We'll stick with the leaders though.
Oh yeah, Biff has had a bit of an issue there on the banking.
Hopefully he hasn't picked up any damage. But these two are absolutely flying
He's
up
lost
front.
an end plate by the looks of it.
Speaking from experience, driving around here with any wing damage is awful.
And especially in the wet, it is not fun in any way, shape, in any track.
Tell you what, we'll go down and watch Simba versus R777. It's a very close battle, unless has Simba got wing damage again? No, not that I can see.
No, he looks fine.
But he's about to be... Kellogg's is looking up the insides. Oh, he thought about it. You know what Kellogg's car kind of makes me think of?
Go on.
Looks like he's driving for DHL.
You're not wrong.
Oh, apparently I was wrong. Mandy says that Simba does have wing damage. He must have the dreaded invisible wing damage.
Shocking.
The glitches in this game, still after the amount of time this has been out, was unreal. Watch.
And he got 5 seconds in the pit lane as well.
Kellogg's got mediums on.
It's a bit early for that. Just there.
We'll see if that plays out for him. I don't think it will, because it looks like it's still raining.
It is. It certainly is. There's a little bit of a dry line, but no, definitely not at that stage yet.
But we'll watch this close battle between Carl Stuvine and Ryan, with Mark just trailing behind there.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because with the way the wet conditions are, it doesn't really give you a chance to have a late braking move as such.
You don't want to stick too close because you'll get dirty air, and then you've got to try and find your own line in between everybody fighting.
I'm intrigued to see what the physics of the dirty air is in the new game, because they can follow a lot closer in real life now.
Well, apparently the cars are supposed to be good to drive, and the wet condition physics are supposed to be a lot better now as well. It actually feels like you've got grip rather than you're driving on ice.
This is all stuff we like to hear.
Yeah, I was watching another track one yesterday. Somebody spun round in sector 2. Not quite sure who that is. I think it might be Kellogg. Yeah, I was watching
he's lost his front wing.
A Bushy Ants doing a F1 22 at Australia, I think it was, trying out the new track.
Oh yeah, Kellogg's is not looking comfortable on those mediums.
Apparently Mandy thinks it'd be great if they added porpoising. I wouldn't even want to see the amount of shake I'd get through my TV if my car started bouncing.
The amount of people who would have a headache.
So what, Biff's in the pits, gone for another set of inters by the looks of it.
Kellogg's going back into the pits now.
Get rid of those mediums.
Yeah.
Johnny Smooth left the session, but he's been out for a few laps.
I hate to say it, he's putting on a fresh set of mediums.
Wow.
Well, okay then. He's a lot braver man than I am.
I think he might be having an argument with Jeff at the moment.
That's right, Jeff's been fired at the end of this month anyway, so we'll get Mike soon.
It's about time.
Ooh, we got the Renaults fighting. I think Ryan's made that move stick on Stuvine.
He has. That was a good move from mine.
Jensky's still very much caught in the middle of it all.
I'm guessing that was Kellogg that you've all just lapped.
It was. Just coming out the pits.
So now we've got another three-way battle for a bunch of yellow cars. We've got Stuvine, Mark and Scott.
There's a yellow flag ahead. Who was that? That was Reese.
Reese
Oh my
Wickham
days,
has
Reese.
spun.
He's now down to 10th.
No damage that I can see though.
He will not be a happy bunny about that.
Ooh, Mark making a nice move up the inside of Stuvine there.
It was kind of a do or die. Had to do something.
Austin Powers is getting groovy, baby.
Understeered and hit Carl. Sorry, Carl.
Ooh.
Oh my days. I'm so sorry.
And that looks like a
Carl.
lost end plate.
Yeah, it's telling me to pit, and I'm going to have to. This is not going well, this race for me, unfortunately. Sorry, Carl. I hope he's okay. I hope he hasn't got damage.
No, Carl doesn't look like he's got any damage.
That's alright for Carl. But you know what?
DRS enabled. Is it dry enough for the
Ooh.
slicks? I cannot see any more rain on my screen apart from the occasional dribble, but DRS is enabled.
This may be the lap to go in and get some slicks on.
I can definitely imagine we'll see if Lirapel is going to do it. 7 seconds in front. Whereabouts is he on track? Just coming through sector 2 now.
Yeah.
Track definitely looks dry enough for it, so...
It's dried right up over the last sort of 20 seconds.
Yeah.
The worst thing is when you get to this sort of point, like the inters just burn up over a lap once it actually gets to that dry stage.
Yeah.
Taking it nice and steady to not make any mistakes on his inters there. We've got Simba as the first person on the pits to put the mediums on, followed by Biff. But Lirapel doesn't pit.
It's
Interesting.
kind of, it is very wet. Still.
And I think Biff is also sticking with the inters by the looks of it.
I think it might be maybe a lap, maybe potentially.
Fanning, 5 seconds for speed in the pits. Red up, Ryan's in the pits. Fanning's gone for mediums.
Ooh, 5 seconds for Mark as well.
It didn't. It just wouldn't stop. Would not stop.
That's the front wing damage for you.
Ryan, softs. Scott, softs. Carl's gone for mediums. Reese on softs.
Mark on mediums.
So we've got an absolute variety of strategies going on here. Maybe the medium runners thinking they could do a very long stint here. Maybe not get to the end, but planning to be faster at the end with a set of softs.
I mean, it did tell me you could do soft, so maybe that's what people have gone for. But love my neck, that's slippy. Very, very slippy.
I mean, Fanning, we've got Lirapel, Shadow Cobra, and Energy Dan all on Inter still. R777 is retired. That is a safety car. This will help.
Those front guys have just timed that perfect, haven't they?
Oh, they've got away with that one.
Yeah.
And in goes
Lirapel. It was a very late dive into the pits, but he's made it. Biff for the drive-through.
Ooh.
Will stay on board. He's gone for a set of mediums. Shadow Cobra next into the pits. What's he got going on? A set of mediums as well, and I think that Energy Dan's gone soft. So Fanning has managed to make it past Shadow Cobra and Energy Dan up into the second.
So it's just Lirapel who's timed that really perfectly.
Yeah, his gaps have just helped him stay in front through every moment of this race, to be fair.
Yeah.
He is in an absolute commanding lead.
Ooh, Mark's gone back in the pits.
Well, it gave me 5 seconds, so the gap to Simba was about 30, and it was just a free pit stop to do that with another
Biff is retired.
set of mediums.
Ooh.
Where has Biff retired? Looks like coming out of Sector 1. It's a very strange place where his car is, to be fair. Right,
If
what
we
was
ride
it?
with Mark, he'll go straight past him.
What was our predictions at the start of this race?
You said 12, I said 11.
Okay. Mark, you joining in this?
Well, what we're on 3. I reckon there could be at least one more. I'm going to go potentially 2 more, which will help the guys on the soft tyres, I think, for their strategies. But I'm going to say, okay, I'll go bold and go 1 more only.
One more safety car, so you only reckon we're going to get 4?
I'm going to go with 4. I'm going to reckon we're going to have quite a few laps of running, I think.
Well, if this week is anything to go off, the dry sections of all our races have been worse than the wet, so...
Okay, I'm going 5 more.
Seeing as the first 2 races were wet and we had more finishes than the dry Tier 3 race,
Yeah.
Oh, Reese is back into the pits.
he's gone for a medium instead now.
Yeah.
What's that, 21 laps on a set of mediums? I reckon it might be doable. Mandy's voted for 6 safety cars, so she's reckoned we got another 3 coming our way.
That's worked out well for Mark, to be fair. He got rid of his 5 seconds and got past Reese.
Yeah, I'm surprised that actually. However, there are 2 people that I'm slightly focused on. Unfortunately, that happens to be the race leader at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, there's only 8 cars between you, you'll be alright.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And over the next, 21 laps, at least 7 of those could be out.
Well, okay, there is that. Well, yeah.
I reckon, right, if on your next pit stop, put a snowplow in your car, and then just go for hell.
Is it those cheats that we used to do in all the old racing games, like the Tonka touring cars used to have a tank? And what other games? Oh, come on, people who must be listening will know this.
Got
Wow,
full on
safety cars,
GTA, just like put like up, down, down, square, square, and get like the flying car.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm on a wheel, so I'd have to do gear up, gear down, throttle brake, gear down, gear down, gear up, and that will work. Alright, so this is going to be interesting when we start. Now in the dry.
Yeah. When's Lurpel going to go?
I reckon he might have a similar sort of strategy as last time. Gives him the best chance to try and jump the next drivers. At least Fanning isn't getting held up by any lap cars this time, so he's got a free rein to make a move.
And he's gone.
He went a lot earlier than I expected, so he hasn't really caught Fanning napping though. And Fanning's car seems absolutely rapid in a straight line.
Running very low wings, I think.
See how long he can keep this fight up. At least it's a straight mediums fight. Literally a 1/10 of a second separating them.
Yeah, Shadow Cobra's fallen back a little bit there, hasn't he?
I did think he got caught napping a little bit off the restart, but obviously this fight will help him catch up again. Fanny has dropped off a little bit, down to half a second. As I see down in like 7th, 8th and 9th, only a couple of tenths separating all the yellow cars. Unfortunately, Rappel's opened up that gap again to almost a second to him, to Fanning.
Yeah, he's looking very comfortable around here now.
Yeah, I think now he's managed to just open that gap up. He's got a bit of breathing room to take control of the race again.
Particularly if he was on a dry setup, this part of the race now is going to be very, very nice for him.
So much like the first of the soft runners, Energy Dan not really making any headway up to catch Shadow Cobra.
Ooh, Mark is right up Stuvine's chaff.
Oh, we're back to the chuff talk.
Oh,
Well, we're going to do it for Connor.
I know it feels weird Connor not being here for an MRCX, but I suppose he's allowed a day off every now and then.
Yeah, we'll give him this one. As long as he doesn't make a habit of it.
Tell you what, Energy Dan's not making headway onto Shadow Cobra, but Ryan is right up his chuff. With Simba's battling with Reese down to get 10th place. Lee Rappel setting another fastest lap.
There's some nice little battles happening now that it's dried out a bit.
Yeah, DRS is back. And Reese gets back past Simba. We have a little bit of a tussle down there.
And Stuvine's fallen out of DRS range from Scott.
Fannin just dipped back in there for a second, but was fallen away. I'll tell you what, the pack's doing pretty well to stay fairly bunched up after this restart.
Yeah, down to 11th, everyone is incredibly close.
A reming open on Ryan's car. Will he make a move up into turn 1? I reckon that's probably the best place for it.
Oh, unlucky for Mark. Stuvine's just behind a lapped car, so he's going to get the DRS to stay ahead.
With Shadow Cobra the fastest lap now. Ryan not quite able to shut that gap down. Go down and watch the battle of the yellows.
Yeah, Stuvine's, it's a strange one. He's looking like he's reasonably quick, but at the same time, it's a strange one. I don't know if it's these soft tyres not really lasting. I mean, we had a wet race in Tier 2, so I actually don't know how long the soft tyres do last around here in terms of race pace. So it's going to be interesting to see how long these guys can all last on these.
So I think they're supposed to last about 12 laps, but I think you might get about 8 or 9 laps of actual race pace.
Yeah.
But like, up and down the field, the soft tyres aren't making much headway in any of the medium runners.
Yeah.
Scott is probably the closest one for making a move, and here he goes now up the inside of Carl. So close between the two of them.
I think realistically, the track temperature is probably not really working well for the soft tyres at the moment.
No, probably the medium runners have got the option to go. Well, I suppose everyone's got the option to go soft again.
Yeah.
But for the medium runners, going soft right at the end should definitely give them a big boost.
Ooh, big spin from Kellogg's in the final sector.
Yeah, he's not had a great race, Kellogg.
No. In fact, he's back in the pits again, unfortunately. But he's sticking a nice set of soft tyres on. He's going to have to take those a long way.
16 laps on a set of softs, so not quite sure it's going to work out, but I reckon he'll be back in the pits again. We'll go up and watch Shadow Cobra. He's shut the gap to Fanning down.
The Rappel's just absolutely running away with it now.
Yeah, he's loving life up there.
Oh, and Mark got past Stuvine at some point. I missed that one.
That was through like turn 5, 6 and 7 up through that bank, and I got to run out of 3. I mean, fair play, he gave room as well, because that was honestly such heart in the mouth moment for it. That was scary, I'm not gonna lie. But fair play, he did give room, so yeah, I had to make the move, and now Reese has got past as well. So that's what I mean. I don't know if those softs are really working too well, as you mentioned there, Sam. So yeah. So we seem to be holding on, feeling quite nicely at the moment.
A battle going on between Ryan and Energy Dan, and Shadow Cobra and Fannin. Here we go, Shadow Cobra with his rear wing open. Shut it fairly early there, to be fair. Didn't go for the dive.
Yeah.
Fannin will definitely be struggling here in this train he's got going on behind him. Liverpool stretching on that lead again to almost 3 seconds. All this battling going on behind him. It's just giving him that comfortable lead again.
And Mark's making the move on Carl there, making it stick.
Carl was just unfortunately out of the DRS, so yeah, managed to get the run on him.
Reese has got the fastest lap now. He hasn't managed to make much headway back up the field after his pit stops, but showing he's still got the pace there, down in what will soon be 8th place. And there we go, he's got past Carl.
Ooh, interesting place to overtake there.
Yeah, that's what I did with Stuvan like 2 laps ago, and it's very heart in your mouth moment on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to know that the other driver's going to give you any space, but we've got a lot of good drivers in the field tonight. And Shadow Cobra's got his rear wing open. Is he going to think about it this lap? Nope. Seems to be very patient on making this move on Fannin.
Yeah, he does seem to be closing the wing quite early, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why. Obviously, maybe not as confident in making a move there. As I can see, down in 8th place, Reese is closing the gap down to Mark.
Oh, he's got the run here, though.
Ooh,
not quite, though. Fanning holds him off.
Bit of a squeeze into the first corner. I'm quite surprised with all this battling going on for 3rd place that Scott hasn't managed to close that gap down.
I think his soft tyres are probably already starting to run out of life a bit.
Yeah, definitely think Fannin should get a bit of breathing space on the next lap or so for like 4th, 5th and 6th going in for some new tyres.
Yeah.
It'd just be a straight up fight between him and Cobra.
If Mark and Reese can get past him, then they may be able to make some headway getting past people like Ryan and SFR Energy Dan.
Looking at the gap, I think.
For the move. Oh, not quite.
Yeah, good defence. He went early, and to be fair, parked it right in the middle. So good move.
Some great driving going on here tonight.
Interestingly, Reese has basically used up all of his ERS.
Yeah, it's not a great track for recouping it either, so...
No, you get it back really, really slowly around here.
But this gap's still hovering around 2-3 tenths of a second between Cobra versus Fannin.
Yeah.
As C Mark's made it past Scott. Reese will be looking at making a similar move in a second. But I wonder how long those soft runners are going to hold off. There we go, Reese has made it past Scott as well, up into 7th place.
Yeah, he's looking like he's got some seriously good pace to Reese at the moment. So, I suspect it won't be very long before he has a little bit of a look at myself.
There we go.
We are kind of closing down the soft tyre runners ahead of us.
The battle is finally over between Shadow Cobra and Fannin. Holding off him as long as he could. Energy Dan's having a bit of a look now.
I would imagine those soft runners are going to have to pit within the next couple of laps.
Yeah, but at least it'll be an easy soft run.
Yeah.
The medium runners might bravely look to get to the end. It'd be a bit of a stretch, but especially for people like...
Oh, that's Ryan's out.
Big spin from Ryan.
He's still in.
No damage that I can see, though. He might have got away with it. He's going to want to get off those cooked soft tyres now.
Yeah, he won't be happy about that. But at least he'll get another set of softs to get to the end as Reese has got past Mark.
Yeah, I was kind of off pot from the whole Ryan, but he just queued me up for it, so fair play. Nothing I could do with that one.
And fair play to Scott, he's actually keeping himself in this battle behind.
He's definitely looking to pit though in the next lap or so, Scott.
Yeah.
He's not doing it this lap though. Oh, Ryan and Stuvine are in the pits. And he's got 5 seconds for speed in the pit lane as well, Ryan. It's not having a good end to this race.
Interestingly, Stuvine's gone for the mediums to finish the race.
There's
I think it'd be more comfortable to do, and you've said there's not that much of a pace difference between the two.
Yeah, the mediums seem like quite a good race tyre around here, to be fair.
It's just the wear on the left side. That's the scary part.
That front left to try and get to wear nicely around here is so hard to get into a setup. So we've still got Energy Dan versus Fanning for third place. Energy Dan on 11 lap old softs.
I would imagine he'll pit to get off those this lap.
We'll stay on board with him, see if he listens to your advice as Lirapel gets a fastest lap. Fanning's in the pits, but Energy Dan is not.
He was going in and then changed his mind when Fanning went in.
Reese has set the fastest lap. Puts him back up into fourth place now. We've got a couple of pitters for some fresh softs. Fanning, Scott, Simba.
I think Ryan's just too far back to gain many places out of that.
He's caught Simba under the pits.
But the others have managed to keep ahead of him.
Stuvine's gone for fresh mediums to get to the end. We've got Jenski who's in the pits as well. Lap down but running happily in 12th place. He's gone for fresh softs to get to the end.
Oh, and he's got to replace his front wing as well.
Should still come out in front of Kellogg. And all the gaps have opened back up to a second. Closest one is now Mark versus Reese.
Yeah, but I think it's just got... Yeah, I've just dropped out of DRS, so literally hundredths there. Struggling to keep up. This is going to hurt the championship lead by quite a distance, because I'm not sure who was up there. I know Energy Dan is in the challenger tier, but Liverpool getting that and me then technically down in what would be fourth. It's going to hurt quite a lot, I think. For that championship again, he's going to really close up on me.
Oh, someone's crashed out in sector 2 though.
I think that's Kellogg's.
I think it is.
We'll jump on board. Yeah, you are right. Thought he'd lost an end plate, but no. Still got his wing.
Fine. Same thing that happened to Ryan.
May have burnt out those softs again, so maybe need another pit stop to get into the end. Lirapel with 5-second lead. I think Kellogg's lost it again.
He has lost it again. It'll be that his tyres are just so cooked he can't keep it in a straight line.
I have a feeling that these medium runners are just going to go to the end.
So my lefts are both on 33%.
The one person I'm quite surprised who hasn't pitted is Energy Dan. 14 laps on those softs now. And he's lost quite a bit of time to Shadow Cobra.
Carl's decided against it.
Oh, yeah, Carl's pitting for... Oh, and he's got a 5-second stop there. Onto the softs.
There's 7 laps to go. We'll have some fresh tyres and some good pace under that car now. Ryan's made it back up into 8th place now after all those pit stops. Black gap's causing a nice little rift now between the top 5 and the bottom half of the top 10. 17 seconds between Mark and Fanning. As Reese has got past Energy Dan, I think those soft tyres are now dead.
Yeah, SFR Energy Dan seemed to let him past a bit, so I think he's...
But still not in the pits,
he's
though.
staying out.
Reese with another fastest lap as well. On, what's that, 14 lap old mediums.
God. Maybe he's just going to really, really push and see how far he can take those towards the end. Try and steal a sneaky fastest lap right at the end.
Who knows? Be a good little fight for the fastest lap.
What's particularly impressive today is basically nobody has any penalties.
I know, this is a track that's usually quite well known for like the corner penalties. If you go a little bit wide, especially that, safety car!
Oh,
Kellogg is out of the
right
race.
at the end.
Yeah, it's usually like the last corner to go a bit wide.
Place.
I know, to come out of the penultimate corner, you can get it a bit wrong there, on the camber. Yeah, again, Lirapel, old mediums, lost all his lead. Nobody wants to pit though by the looks of it, but the people with fresh softs like Fannin should get such a massive advantage from this. No Lirapel's on the pits.
Yeah.
So is Shadow Cobra.
Yeah, have to. I think it's the only chance,
Reese,
the only
Energy
option
Dan,
to do it.
And Mark
and Mark's
himself.
good as well.
Yeah, I think you just have to do it. It's it would be daft, you know, if you
We'll ride on board with
get about
Fannin.
3 or 4 laps of.
I think the Delta
running
might
on
save you here,
non-stop.
because there goes the top 3 out of the pit boxes. Fannin's only just gone on, so they start-finish straight.
It's going to be tight.
I think all of the top 5 should get out in front of Fannin.
Fanning's going to be... Yeah, he's close, but...
It looks like Reese has come out on all the softs. He's got 2 laps on those softs already.
And Stuvine's pitting to get onto a set of softs.
And so is Simba.
That's an interesting call from Simba, pitting now for a fresh set of softs. His softs weren't that old, I thought.
I think he's getting a new front wing. On board with Lirapel again. Yep, confirmed by Mandy, he got wing damage. Lirapel has led, I think, every lap of this race now.
Was Reese not in the lead for a while?
There was a battle for the lead. I can't remember if he got the lead. Either way, he's either led almost every lap.
Got him early. Liverpool got him off the start, and then he's just been so fast.
Ryan's got rear wing damage.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not one you hear very often. I remember getting it back in Spa.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had rear wing damage on this game. I wouldn't even know how it affected the car, really.
It makes the car...
Makes it very slidey, very, very skittish at the rear.
Yeah, it doesn't matter like what downforce you've actually set the rear to, it just feels like you've got nothing on the back.
Eesh.
The one I've never really driven with is if you put like full damage on. I've never had side pod damage.
I have. It does affect the car in, well, it did for me, in the high speed corners. Reese is on AI, and he's been on AI for the most of the lap, actually. And one.
Very interesting.
Yeah. But this is, it does affect you in the high speed corners more than it does low speed. That's where it really starts to just get a little bit twitchy. It gets a little bit unpredictable, the car, so it can make a bit of an effect on it.
Well, tell you what, just counting down the days now until the new game. 2 weeks to go.
I've still got to find the money to actually pay for it yet.
Should we set you up a GoFundMe page?
Yeah.
Go fund Simon so he can actually commentate and steward on the new game.
Only Wasp is what we'll call it.
Oh, I reckon the safety car. I reckon so. The pack's all bunched up again.
Yeah. Yep.
Melvin said we need you here next week, next season, Simon. So there you go. You've got support in the comments.
Oh, my teammate. Yeah, I'm going to be demanding that me and Melvin stay as teammates next year.
Here we go, safety car in. Well, it'll be 4 laps to go. Irapel's done some great restarts, so we'll see how he does this time. Really trying to back the pack up. There he goes.
Oh, he did not catch Shadow Cobra sleeping there.
No, but Reese is already looking up the insides.
Ooh, tight. Ooh, and Mark getting up the inside of SFR Energy, outside of SFR Energy, Dan.
And I think Fanning's made it past as well.
Thank you.
Fanning, even though he's got 5-lap-old softs now, still staying in the fight.
Mark's got a podium in sight and he's going to be pushing now.
It's all about the points I'm going to try not to lose, really. That's the key part of this.
Here we go, the last couple of laps. Everybody's got a good little fight on their hands. Got Reese is already closing the gap down to Shadow Cobra to 0.2 of a second.
Not going for a move quite yet, though.
No, I don't really think it's quite worth the dive there unless you get DRS.
Shadow Cobra seemed to get a better exit there.
Yeah, Reese has got slightly older tyres on, so I think he might struggle for grip out of some of the corners.
Yeah.
Lirapel pulling the second out, the gap out again to almost a second.
God, he has already, hasn't he?
The pace he's got here at Zandvoort is just unreal. So Ryan down in 8th, almost caught Scott again.
Fanning falling a bit back from Mark there.
Yeah, I think his older softs are definitely struggling a bit now.
Yeah.
Just one of them, he couldn't really afford to pit under the safety car because he didn't have the gap behind him.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get DRS again this lap. Reese with the fastest lap again. He's gone for a move up the inside.
Oh, he has as well. And he's made it stick.
Here we go, we'll be trying to chase down his where he started. Has he got enough life left in those softs to chase down the rappel? I don't think so. The gap's still stretching out now to 1.3 seconds. Rear wings open behind him though. Shadow Cobra chasing him down.
Ryan still not quite making a move on Scott though.
He's biding his time. It's the only person left on the grid with a penalty. I think with how bunched up the grid, it's definitely going to hurt him as we are coming to the final lap. I think he's going to make the move. He's looking at the inside. Oh, I think there's a bit of contact between him. He's on the gravel.
Contact there.
You got Carl all over the back of his car as well.
It's getting very tight at the back there.
Seen a lot of good battles though tonight. We'll go back up to the front so we can watch Lirapel finish in style with his absolutely outstanding drive tonight. We got Mark ANT catching up to Shadow Cobra as well to 0.3 of a second.
No, I've just spun it.
No!
Oh my days, I hate this track.
We won't
Call
call
the
it,
curb of death.
we won't call it commentator's curse. And there's Lirapel takes first, Reese with second, Shadow Cobra takes third. Fan across the line for fourth, Energy Dan fifth.
Oh, and Carl
sixth.
spun right at the end.
Stuvine seventh, Simba eighth, Mark ninth, Ryan in 10th. Carl, I think it was 11th for Carl.
Yeah.
That would put Jensky in 12th. Absolute chaos at the end there, and the game's giving Ryan the driver of the day. I mean, from last, when he finished 7th. It's a great drive. And there we see Lirapel on the podium with Reese and Shadow Cobra. Great drive by all of them. I can't believe to see so much drive in the last couple of corners though.
God.
Oh, well, that was a bit of a dramatic race.
Wasn't it just?
So we'll run through the final standings for the drivers. We've got Lirapel in first, Reese in second, Shadow Cobra third, Fan in fourth, Energy Dan fifth, Scott sixth, Stuvine seventh, Simba eighth, Mark unfortunately finishes ninth, Ryan in 10th after his penalty, Carl finishes 11th, Jensky in 12th, Kellogg's in 13th, Biff 14th, R777 in 15th, Ollie T in 16th, John Boy 17th, Johnny Smooth 18th, Baby Gavas 19th, and Scottish Ninja is in 20th. Whew. With all those safety cars, the rain, it's been a bit of a crazy night, but that is it here for MRCX. So for everybody still watching, I hope you've liked and subscribed to the channel if you like what you see, and we will see you Monday for Monza. And that's it for us. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.